well as I could.
Okay. Um, all right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play it. Like we'll play like a minute of it, just so everybody can kind of watch you receive. Um, and just talk to me about because I know we talked on the phone the other day, but some things that you've been working on with your receiving, some things you struggle with, some things you do well. Kind of talk us through like what you're seeing here.
Yeah, so for this, since I just started the day before and I was warming up these guys, I'm really just thinking like staying behind the ball, cheating a lot of those pitches, because like we're not throwing anything middle. It's like you know below the zone where you're pulling it up, or like if I'm set up with my let me think, if I'm set up with my left knee down and my right knee up, that's me on the outside of the plate with the slider
Mhm.
because I like to be on the outside of the plate with my right knee up in the air so I can work behind the slider and pull that pitch back in the zone. Anytime that like my left leg will be kicked out or like that stance would be like a pitch for a slider because I feel like I have a better control of getting around that and pulling that pitch in the zone. Um, so really just like working through different stances, trying to stay back on the ball as much as I can and make like, minuscule pulls to, either up, down, into the zone, like however the pitch looked accordingly.
Okay. Um, so you're now handling guys with more velocity. How do you feel like you're handling them? And like, I guess talk to me a little bit about that because there's a couple things that I see that I want to point out to you.
Yeah, so especially like we have a lot of like Division II dropouts that come to the play at our school and stuff like that. And the guys that I'm catching those videos are all like juniors and seniors, starters. They're all throwing mid eights, uh, nine, and a lot of those pitches are mostly fastball. So I'm really trying to stay back on the ball as much as I can. Um, a lot of those videos, I try to dissect them. I would get the glove a little early to the zone, but I wasn't really working like down, then up, and then dropping back down for a low pitch. Like a lot of them, I realized that I'd start low, I'd come up a little too early, but like I wasn't having to drop my glove down to be able to get
Mhm.
to that low pitch. It was just like I probably could have waited that split second longer, so I was really able to work through it. If that makes sense.
I agree with you. Okay, so um, when I'm watching you receive, like it's pretty good, but there are certain pitches where, just like you said, where okay, first slight tweak that I would maybe have you make is, and this is going to be a preference thing, this is going to be a feel thing, but I would like to see you a little bit more like neutral with this elbow. You see how you're kind of like peaked out here.
Okay.
Um, the reason like that I don't like you starting like this is because that is going to force you to be kind of stabby. Where if you can find somewhere where you're like neutral and relaxed, you're going to have a much easier time staying underneath the baseball for a longer period of time.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So when you
Um,
or like where my arms like a little bit more loose or like my elbows dropped, like could you dive into that a little bit more?
okay. So I think something that you could do is like, I like how you have your glove turned. Um, I want you to think about it like this. When we create a glove load, we are going to create depth on two planes. The first plane is going to be vertical, so like forward and back. Okay. The second plane, I'm sorry, horizontal. So it's going to be this way from our body. So this is one plane. Second plane is vertical, up and down. So
Okay.
we need to find a mix of vertical and horizontal to where we're going to relax, to where we can stay behind this baseball and get around it as long as we can. So I think a slight adjustment you can make is like instead of just relaxing like out front, create a little more depth vertically because this is going to give you more time behind the baseball and it might get you out of the habit of like break to then go back. Does that
Okay.
make does that make sense? So just like kind of experiment with like maybe getting the glove a little bit closer underneath you if
Yeah.
possible.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, like closer into my crotch area.
Yeah. And I think like if you can pull that in like 6 inches, like now this is going to be, a little more neutral and you're gonna be able to react a little better.
Gotcha.
Um, okay. So like this pitch, for example, you're coming up on it, and then you're right here. I think this is like the top of where you get to. But then, like we said before, do you see how you kind of like go back away from the zone?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially on those sliders, like I'm really trying to focus on working on that outside and pulling it in. Like in that video, I'm like really up top and then having to like move my glove over more outside the zone to catch the pitch rather than like, if I just started around the zone and caught that pitch that's coming out and pulling it in.
Yeah. And why do you think that like that is like purely a timing issue? So why do you think that that's happening to you?
Like right there, there's like, there's some that I do better than others, but like for
For
the most
sure.
Um, it's like I think it's me being jumpy to the pitch, and like since these guys are throwing sliders that like are really like coming far out, like I don't want to be late on it, and then that thing just keeps on sailing to the outside. Um, and it's just like me just trying to beat that pitch there instead of just like letting it get deeper and like just really letting it like trying to get behind it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. But like that thought process there is it's kind of like counter what you're going for, because the more like pushy and like active you are, is the more that you're gonna start to get beat on these pitches away. So like my challenge to you is like you need to really discipline your mind to, hey, I need to stay underneath this baseball, stay underneath this baseball, stay underneath this baseball until I know exactly where it's going. Because anything that we like, any place that we take our glove that is not directly back towards the zone, like if we're here and then we're pulling this way, or we're here and we get pulled this way to go back this way, to this guy behind us, that looks like a ball. But if you
Mm-hmm.
can really like force yourself, like I need to stay underneath this until I see where it's at, and then I rip. Um, so that's a matter of like really forcing yourself to stay underneath it, but you also have to find the timing to make that happen.
Gotcha.
Um, I don't know if you guys saw this yet, but this receiving like course or whatever should be open to you guys. So all of the drills that are from the receiving masterclass are now just open for you guys to use. So Caden, the a couple drills that I think are like really good for you would be this glove on the ground receiving. Because in this drill, you're literally like keeping your glove planted on the ground until you see where that ball is going to go. Like you have to force yourself to stay underneath until you can go get it.
Gotcha.
And then once you understand that, like now we start mixing our glove load into that.
Okay.
Another good one here is like once you kind of start to understand this drill, this 3-tap receiving is good because it's forcing you to stay underneath, but now we're mixing in timing. So it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, go get it. And it should like try to like clean up I guess any wasted movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. Keep working on that stuff, dude. Put it in the group and we'll keep going on it. Anybody else have any questions or anything before we get into Connor's gameplay? Now's the time. Okay, like I said last week, Julian submitted a video, Donnie submitted some video. I'll usually respond to you guys with these little Loom videos, but if these ever don't make sense or whatever, just let me know, okay? Donnie, give me a thumbs up if that sounds good. All right.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Connor was very gracious to submit his game footage. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the younger guys. Ian, what's up? I didn't even see you. We're gonna start with the younger guys. What I want to do is we're gonna talk through Connor's decisions, um, the way he calls pitches, the way he carries himself on the field, and I'm gonna kind of quiz you guys like, hey, what would you guys do in this situation? Okay. Okay. First thing that Connor does that I love. Julian, what's he doing?
He is, man, is he?
What's his hand doing?
Oh, his hand is open. And, oh, he's shaking the umpire's hand. Okay,
Yes.
there we go.
Do you
I
do
can
that?
tell. Yeah, I do that for pregame actually.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. A couple things that stood out to me here at the beginning. Um, and this is preference. Like you guys are all going to develop or are developing leadership styles that are, um, I guess, unique to you and that work for you. One of the biggest things that a college coach is going to look for, um, and your team is going to respond to, is the way that you carry yourself on the field. So, I know Connor is a very like, um, I guess what would be a good word to describe Connor? Connor is like a very like no bullshit guy, which I love about him. The one slight adjustment I would make to this is like Connor, when you come out first inning, um, I would like to see maybe a little bit more urgency. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like to me, like you kind of like flipping the ball here, like when the game's opening up, like dude, you should be setting the fucking the pace and the intensity, like that is all on you. And I'm not saying this is bad. I'm not saying this is wrong. Um, just something to think about and like maybe implement. Like when you come out onto the field, dude, like your chest is up, you're ready to fucking go. Like everybody's gonna feed off of that. So that is not like a knock on you. Like that might just be your style, but it's something to think about.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. All right, Julian, you're gonna go first. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, leadoff hitter is stepping into the box. He looks like a speedy lefty. What's going through your head at this point?
Um, he looks like a speedy lefty. I'm trying to probably think, first pitch. Probably for me, I'd probably set a fastball outside first pitch
Okay.
and see what is his timing,
Okay.
and then
Let's see what he does.
base the rest of my calls from that at bat off that.
I like that. Here's one bonus. Speedy lefty, what is maybe something you might have to let your infield know?
Oh, your pitch will
That
get over.
Yeah. Or hey, third baseman, be ready for a bunt, right? All right, so you said fastball away, right? Let's see what he did. Fastball misses in. What's your next call? Just give me like 2 sentences. What's your next call?
uh probably another as a 13 caller. I'd probably say another fastball here.
100%.
Probably
I would say for a long time, like until you get to like professional baseball, just keep pounding fastball, especially early in the game until they prove they can hit it. Okay. 1-1 count. What do you got?
1-1 count. I mean, you took the fastball. Again, probably same thing. Fastball till he proves that
Agreed.
he can have good timing on it.
Take a shitty swing, we get one out. Okay, Jalen, you're up next. You got one out, two hole hitters coming up. What's going through your head right now?
Um, right now, with the couple games I played today, 2-hitter, I'm thinking not power like a 3-hitter would be hitting, but I'd be thinking a base hit, line drive somewhere. So I'm thinking fastball with my cup on the right side of the plate for outside, maybe
Cool.
a strike right there.
I like that call. Fastball up, missed. What are you doing here?
I'd go for another fastball, make sure he can find the zone.
Okay.
And work from there.
Yep. Okay, 1-1. What do you got?
So he took that. Right now, I would go for another fastball and see what he does.
Okay. Breaking ball. I don't hate it. I mean, he could have a different scouting report than we know, you know? So,
Yeah.
So now we're 2-1. What would you go with here?
2-1, we're behind. Only by one pitch, though. I'd go for a fastball.
Okay.
On the outside.
Yep. There it is. 2-2 count.
2-2. His first breaking ball was for a ball. If I got a call from one of my coaches, or if I called it myself, I'd go for a fastball, inside or outside.
Bingo. Late swing. We got 2 outs. Okay, Donnie, you're up next.
Okay.
Okay, and now we got 3-hole hitter coming up. You got 2 outs. What's going through your head right now?
He looks like a lefty, not really that fast, and I don't know about this power.
Okay.
So I'll just call it fastball away.
Fastball away. Okay, I like that. Okay, fastball away, fouls it off. What do you see with his swing on that? You want me to play it again?
Yeah. So the fastball, he's late on. So we definitely can't throw him a breaking ball because then his bat speed didn't catch up with it. So probably another fastball.
What do you notice about his swing, though? Like, what kind of like a swing did he just take?
Oh, kind of a crappy one.
Like, kind of like out on his front side?
Yeah.
Is this lagging for you guys, or is it playing okay? It's okay? Okay. So he's out on his front side, right? And he's behind 0-1, and he's a 3-hole hitter. What do you think would probably be a good pitch to call here with a righty on the mound?
Out in front. Breaking ball maybe?
A breaking ball, like a
Actually,
curveball?
No, fastball.
Okay. What about what is your reason for not saying changeup?
Oh yeah, change it.
Okay, then why changeup?
Because if he's out on his front side and he gets a changeup, he's not going to react to it and roll over.
Yeah, he'll probably swing over a changeup, right? So let's see what we call. I think that was a changeup. I couldn't tell when I watched this, Connor. What was it?
I think it was like he didn't even have a changeup. I think it's Jake, and he's just fastball curveball. I think I went probably curve. I don't know. He throws one that's like just kind of more up and down, and then sometimes he'll just randomly throw it where it darts left. So
Okay.
it was
That looked like a
probably
cutter, like something that moved late.
yeah. If he threw a changeup, that's what I would have wanted, but I
Yeah,
just tried to keep him off balance.
for
Especially, I
sure.
mean, if he's early on curveball, you can either go fastball in, but he's not throwing that hard. So I'm just trying to keep him off balance.
For sure. And that's something I should have said sooner. Like, you know, the most important thing, especially for you younger guys, is that like you're actively thinking through at bats. Like what I think is right and what you think is right, like they're not always going to be the same, but all I care is that you guys have like a plan and something that you're going off of. Okay, so now we're 0-2, Donnie.
So it was early on that pitch.
Yes.
Thinking maybe fastball in.
Fastball in. Okay, why?
I I mean, because he was early on that pitch, so if you throw him a breaking ball, he's probably just gonna hit it.
Donnie, how old are you?
13.
At 13, how many of the pitchers on your staff can locate a fastball in?
Not very many. Like
Okay.
4 or 5.
Yeah, so let's think about this situation. We got 2 outs. It's 0-2 on the 3-hole hitter, nobody on base. If you try to go fastball in on this guy, chances are your pitcher's not going to locate, so maybe he misses over the plate. Now this guy hits one in the gap, and they've got the momentum. I come from the school of thought, if it's 0-2, I want you to try to get him to chase something. Especially in a situation like this, let's try to creep off the plate and see if we can get him to bite. And again, that's not like an every single time rule, but I think in this situation it would apply well. Let's see if we can get this guy to bite, especially because he's out on his front side. Looks like Connor's away. Fastball up, missed. Okay, now you got 1-2. What do you got?
Probably 1-2. We're still ahead in the count. Probably another breaking ball. See if he chases.
Where?
Outside.
I like
Try
that.
and paint that corner.
Yep. Miss. Now you got 2-2.
2-2. I mean, I just go fastball again outside.
Fastball away.
Yeah, fastball.
Okay. Okay, he flew out. I'm pretty sure that was the end of the inning, so we'll go forward. Connor, where do you hit in the order?
I think it's fifth this game, fourth or fifth.
I want to watch your ABs.
But yeah, that's our 3 or 4. Yeah, I think we have 3 down there.
Oh shoot, I went too far. Okay, who hasn't gone yet? Jalen, you went, right? All right, Ian, you're up. Okay, top 2, 4-hole hitter up. What's going through your head?
All right, so 4-hole hitter. First thing I want to do is I just want to get like a look of his approach, like where he stands in the box,
Okay, let's see what he
so I
does.
can get idea of what kind of batter he is.
Oh, that just reminded me. Connor, this is not me picking on you, just something that you can implement into your game. As a hitter, what is the worst feeling? Somebody can like throw out an answer.
The worst feeling?
Yeah. Like, what do you hate when the opposite pitcher does?
Opposite pitcher does.
Julian?
Quick pitches.
Quick pitches, right? So I'll share with you guys a little story. So when I played for this, when I was in high school, I played for this guy who was an ex-scout with the Pirates. He was a very much like a pace of play guy, like keep the other team on their heels, keep the other team on their heels, keep the other team on their heels. So this is something that like kind of goes into Connor with like your presence on the field. I believe that like when the opposite batter steps into the box, you should be down in your squat, like ready to give a sign. Like you see these guys on TV, like they're set in their squat and like this guy's like getting set in the box and they're kind of just like watching this guy. Like I want you guys to be always controlling the pace of the game. I don't think that this batter should be getting set in the box while you're still standing. And again, that's like maybe like my old school thinking, but like I want my pitcher like on the mound, like ready to fucking go to where when that guy's set and the umpire gives us time, boom, here comes the first pitch. Just little things like that. Okay. Ian, what are you seeing with this guy?
I want to start him off with a low and away fastball.
Okay. Why?
Because so far everybody's been a little early or late on the fastball, and No signs of barrels.
Okay, I like that reason. Fastball away, got a strike. Okay, what do you think?
We can change eye levels by going up.
Okay, so fastball up.
Either fastball up or go with an off speed. Still keep it low.
Okay, we got a check swing. It looks like he went with an inside fastball or just ran in. So now we're 0-2.
I want that pitch either up or far and away.
Okay. What do you do to set up for 0-2 pitches, Ian?
For 0-2 pitches, I'm in my secondary because I want to make sure I'm able to move, like I'm able to block and recover.
No, more like location wise. Like we
Oh,
were talking
location
about
wise?
before. Yeah.
Like where I would set up for this pitch?
Yeah.
If I call it outside, I'm probably setting up for a normal fastball on the black, but for this, in this case, a little more towards the white. But I want to set myself up to where I know that he's if he gets caught looking, I can still frame that and stick it to make it look like a strike.
Okay. Let's see where we go with here. Looks like he's pretty far away, which is good. Missed away, 1-2. Okay. What's your next pitch?
1-2, still still up in the count. Kind of want to change the speed of everything. Want to throw in an off speed.
Okay. So you're saying breaking ball?
Mhm.
Where?
Low.
Location.
See, what is it? A righty pitcher?
Yeah.
Let's go in. Even though it's
Okay.
risky, but
Yeah. And like I said, like there's no correct answer. I think a good like fallback is like, especially on like the heart of the order, like 3, 4, 5. Like unless these guys just suck, like it's never I can't say never because that's not true, but if this pitch is way out here, like we can kind of just start to inch ourselves back in. So like 1-2, maybe I call this pitch on the black right here. If he misses that, then maybe I go middle away. But like we can always kind of just work our way back to the center. I don't know if I trust my guy to throw a breaking ball inside. You know what I mean?
especially if he's a fastball dominant pitcher.
Yeah. Like maybe we try to just nibble a corner instead.
Mhm.
Oh, he wanted to call that. But like to me, that's a really good pitch. Like I'll take that all day. Now we're 2-2. And now this guy's like, oh shit. You know, I could have been rung up right there. Okay, what's your next call?
I want something. Well, I obviously want to strike, but I want something that's probably a little up.
Okay.
Fastball.
3-2. What do you got? Pretty simple one here.
I need a strike, so I got to go with fastball.
Let me ask you this, Ian. How often do you call pitches up in the zone?
If my pitcher's up in the count, or if my
Like,
pitcher's missing low,
okay. Connor, let me ask you this, or let me ask you the same question. How often do you call pitches up?
I'd say for this guy, not as much, just because his velo is not going to be as high as some of the other guys. But if someone's throwing a little harder, I like to mix it in. I'll throw a curveball in, throw a fastball up right after, just kind of mix it up like that. I definitely do call it up sometimes when I feel like they're getting antsy. You know, they're maybe thinking a breaking ball is coming, maybe throw two in a row or something, and they're like, I don't want to get rung up on one, so you go fastball up, but something like that.
Yeah, I guess like what counts primarily would you call a fastball up?
Uh, I don't know. I think a lot of 0-1s. Like if
Yeah.
I start a breaking ball, I'll do that sometimes, or like sometimes 2-1 too, just because. they're looking for. I don't know. It really just depends on the pitch that comes before it, honestly.
Okay, cool. All right, 3-2. Ian, what do you got here?
So my glove decided to
Yeah.
have a hole in it. I
Ian,
got to
what's your
fix
call?
that.
I think you're muted.
My fault. Fastball middle.
Fastball middle. Agreed. Just I guess an extra question, like at your guys' level, and especially like this kind of a game where it's not tight yet and it's early in the game. Yes, fastball middle. As you guys go to play college baseball, whatever, like you're rarely gonna set up on the middle of the plate. So just be conscious. Like once these guys can locate better, like if you go 3-2 and you're set up away or you're set up in, like that's okay too. Okay, who hasn't gone yet, Caden? Caden, you're up. We got nobody out. We got the 5-hole hitter coming up, and we got a runner on first base in the second inning.
Okay.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm probably starting off. Does all he throws a curve? Because all I've seen is just nothing but fastball so far. So it's just curve and fastball.
Yeah, just fastball curveball.
Okay, yes, so there's not much there.
And he'll sometimes go down to a lower slot just to kind of mix with it.
I'm probably thinking like a low and outside fastball, trying to get a 2-hole going and flip 2. So if you give him something low, he'll be on top of it, and something outside, hopefully he's hitting that towards shortstop to be able to roll 2.
I like that.
And
Okay.
like that was too.
Took strike 1. What do you got next?
I'm probably going just right back to that. I mean, he
Okay.
didn't. Hyman's probably not there. He hadn't swung on anything. I'm just trying to get another strike.
So you're going back to fastball away.
Yeah, and at worst, he's rolling over on it, and we're flipping 2.
Cool.
So
Okay.
yeah, and then he kind of just blew his doors in. Maybe I'm going back to it. If not, I'm thinking curve. Maybe something like a ball that I'm hopefully getting him to chase on. Maybe something
Okay.
high and it outside the zone.
Yeah. To me, like I don't think that's a wrong call, but like especially a guy that's like not a high velo guy, like I think especially like in a situation like this where there's a guy on first base, like staying away and just trying to get this guy to like beat something into the ground, like you said early in the at bat, is probably a good choice. Like you don't need to just throw curveballs in for no reason, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I was only if it's like a ball curve, just something maybe to get him to chase on. But if not, like fastball outside would be the plan.
Yeah. And I think he rolled
Yeah,
over. It's like we wanted.
Yeah, that's what we were going for the whole time anyway.
I don't know if this was a double play or not, but it was a good pitch regardless.
Yeah.
Okay. Has anybody not gone? Connor, you haven't gone.
Yep.
Okay. So now we got the 6-hole guy up. We got 1 out, I believe. Talk us through the decisions you're making here.
I don't think they made that play. Damn. Got him first. I don't think he was necessarily a slow guy. But probably just fastball out, same kind of approach. But it's a curveball. Oh,
I couldn't tell.
it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Probably just keeping him off balance then. I think this is one of the guys they said they had some pretty decent pop. That's probably why I went off speed.
Yeah, I don't hate that
It's-
call. Especially a guy like this. Like this dude looks like he can do some damage. Like I don't hate
Mhm.
that.
Hard to tell what that
2-0.
was.
This guy throws kind of weird. It looks like he's
Yeah,
throwing like
he just likes to go down to a low arm slot sometimes. I don't really know
I
why,
couldn't
but
tell like if this is like he's like trying to snap a breaking ball or like what he's
I
throwing.
I think he was trying to throw a fastball, but whenever he tries to do that, he always leaves it well, yeah, inside on a lefty. He doesn't really know how to locate it, but he likes to throw it.
Okay, 2-0. Straight
There
back.
we go. Go for the same thing. Try and get him
Same
to
thing. Another fastball, is that what you're
try
saying?
and yeah, try and get him to. I mean, not anything too pretty, but something where he'll try and swing at it at least.
Looks like he pieced it up a little bit. Can't really tell.
Yeah, I think that was up in the gap.
Oh,
Oh,
he
and
caught
they
it.
caught it.
Okay.
So
Cool. Everybody went? Yes? Okay. It's been about 40 minutes. I'll let you guys get out of here, but let's take a couple minutes. What do you guys need from me? I guess like since the last time we hopped on here, um, is there any questions, anything that you guys need? Now's the time, bring it up.
yeah, I got one.
Okay.
So I think right now my biggest weakness when it comes to receiving is low inside, especially like breakers.
Yeah.
What kind of drills do you think I should be doing to work on that? I've tried like just taking machine reps, but I think it just sometimes when it catches me off guard, I don't get my hand around far enough, and I end up just flipping my glove, and then I have no chance to frame it.
Um, can you take some video and put it in the group so I can see?
I got you.
Because I don't want to just like guess as to what might be going wrong.
I think from how it feels, I see it and I feel like I can't get around the ball, so I do like a try and turn it in as like a defense almost. I don't know if that's the right way to
Uh,
say it. It's like I don't trust my hand enough to get behind it.
what
I
do you
will
go
go ahead,
ahead?
Nick. I was
No, no,
gonna
no. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was having that problem once I got here as well. And instead of like, let me see if I can get the camera to work. Whatever. Well, instead of like getting around like you were saying, I would do where I'm just flipping my glove like that, and like a lot of times it was taking my wrist when they start throwing
Hmm.
harder, and you're not able to break that into. So what I started like relying on is if I could, especially like two seams, because two seams naturally cut that way, and like if you know how your pitcher is, instead of like trying to just get my arm out there, try to like think of shifting your body there as well. So it's not like all reacting on your arm, just like trying to get around there. If you got to shift your hips a little bit, so you're catching it more center mass and you're not having to like catch a fastball like this. And like
Hmm.
that was getting me like I was getting thumbed a lot doing it, or I would just resort to like just catching it like that and doing a glove turn. And some of
Yeah,
the juniors and seniors said like just when you see it, if you're anticipating like that ball's carrying or you can see the release, just like naturally start kind of shifting your weight that way. So I mean it's
yeah, that
a hard,
makes sense.
but
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What? So wait, tell me exactly like what is the issue that you're facing, just so I have it clear.
So inside pitch, especially something that runs in towards my glove side. It's almost as like a defensive thing that I feel like I can't get around the ball. I'm catching it and trying to bring it in like with my wrist instead of getting behind it and bringing it back into the zone.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of like potential things that are I guess running through my mind, like what Caden said, like the way you anticipate that is huge. Um, Something you can also think about too is like you should think about like how soon can you get the pocket of your glove behind the line of the baseball. So like if you need to create a little more space down here so you can work through this pitch, that might help you present that a little cleaner. But definitely send some video in the group because I want to obviously like see it before I tell you what I think.
Okay.
Are you getting surprised by it, or do you have an idea that the ball's going to be tailing that way?
For I think the most problem has been just like if I call, say like a curveball or something, I'm set up more toward the outside of the plate and it throws something in and it ends up like hitting off the tip of my glove or something. Um, or like a two-seam fastball that runs in more than I expect. That's when it like if I expect it, it's not as bad because I usually tilt just a little bit. But it's when I don't expect it that I either am late on it or I'm trying to do the flip with my glove.
All right, because if it feels like when you're expecting, I was gonna say just knowing your pitcher, if you know like his ball's gonna tail like towards that inside corner, just start setting up with your pre-pitch movement on that outside like or that inside corner. That way you can bring it in instead of having to fight yourself to get over inside.
Yeah.
And
Go
also
ahead.
that they were like, you have to like differ if you're going to actually be able to win that pitch or if you're just reacting just to catch it like this. And like, you know, you're not going to be able to get to that pitch and win it all the time. So if you have to catch it and like just so it doesn't get past you, then it is what it is. And like a lot of times I see it when it's like lefty pitchers that kind of throw like maybe sidearm or submarine because they're just normally going to travel towards the righty, and it's just like they just take off and go.
Yep. That's exactly what it is too. That lefty, sidearm lefty.
Mm-hmm.
Are these pitches that like should be strikes that you're missing, or are they just like what are they?
There definitely have been ones that I think I should have gotten into strikes, but it's also too, I mean, just when I think about it, it sticks out in my mind that I'm not feeling as consistent with that ball. So I mean, sometimes it is just it's not going to be a strike, and I'm just going to catch it instead of framing. But there's definitely somewhere I feel like if I would have gotten my hand around it, I could have gotten it.
There's a couple like constants that you can think about. When you receive, you want to imagine like, okay, if the pitch is coming at us, I want to imagine like if I were to draw an imaginary line behind the pitch that tracked the design of the pitch. So like obviously a breaking ball is going to go this way, a fastball is going to go this way, a two-seam is going to go this way. If I draw you a line from the pitcher's release to your glove, can you conceptualize that line? That's first question. So everything that you do when you're receiving should be, I guess, kind of focused around that line. So like the sooner you can get behind that line and the longer you can stay through that line is the more like margin for error you're going to have. So like if that pitch bites a little farther, like I'm still here and I can make that adjustment. So like Caden said, like shifting your weight, the way you load your glove, your anticipation, like as long as you're getting behind your line sooner and allowing you to stay through that line longer, that's what I would be thinking about because there's so many variables. That's why I want to see video. But yeah.
All right. Yep. I'll get those.
Anybody else? Jalen, Jordan, anybody? Good. All right, cool. I'll let you guys go. Have a good rest of your Sunday night. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, fellas. See ya.
Later.
Thank you.